Motherhood, the most ambiguous job in the world. There's no job qualifications other than the fact that you have a child. Hi, welcome back to The Natural Keep. My name is Emily, and today we're going to be talking about healthy habits of stay-at-home mamas. So I'm coming at you with the perspective of I am a stay-at-home mom, and so I've had time to implement things over the past 3 years, I guess now. And we've had different ups and downs, many different seasons of like newborns. Now we just have one child who's 3 or who's 2. And then seasons of like, oh, now we're adding another baby. So I've been through a few of those, but more than that, I have a really awesome community, which I'm so blessed to have this community of moms who are very healthy. And I actually got to see really healthy stay-at-home moms do their job before I was even a stay-at-home mom. And I was able to kind of just watch what they did and even ask them like, oh, what are you doing here? And basically I just texted a few friends really quick on a whim yesterday and I was like, hey, shoot me your top like 5 things that make you an awesome, healthy stay-at-home mom. Like you are your best self when blank. And I got this amazing list back. And so I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share a video with what all my friends are saying about the healthy habits that they have for just creating a healthy space in their house, because that's what we talk about here on this channel. Ways to keep your home physically healthy, emotionally healthy, and spiritually healthy. So if you're into that kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let me read you this awesome list. All right, so I'm going to start by reading you the top 5. So there was like obviously some common thread things, and then there was just like these interesting like, oh, that's so cool that you do that. And it gave me some ideas of like, oh, maybe I should implement this. Eating a healthy breakfast and drinking lots of water, eating healthy foods. Like that's all like one. Doing like awesome things in the kitchen. Eating healthy, drinking lots of water. I even had a friend that said that she drinks electrolytes now, her and her husband, and like that's like an energy boost for her in the afternoons. So time in the kitchen where you're making healthy foods, you're eating those healthy foods. Number 2, bedtime for your kids at night. This was a real common thread. And I knew I had seen this and I had asked friends when we first had our first son, you know, the whirlwind that having your first child is. You're kind of like, what is life now? Will it always be like this? And I remember asking them like, how do your marriages thrive? Like, I have friends that are like, it's not like their marriage is surviving. It's like they're thriving. And I'm like, how do you get there? Literally, without fail, everyone said the first thing. There was other things like communication, but the first thing they said was the kids are in bed early. My husband and I have time together in the evenings. So we knew we wanted to implement that. And even though like with our first son, we like didn't particularly want to do sleep training. Even with my second son, I did really want to do some sleep training. But there's this element of like, this is what's going to help me thrive and my husband. It's going to keep us connected if our kids are in bed at like 7:30. And so that's what we do also in our house. We have like we're trying to do 7 o'clock now, especially that the summer's over. It got late in the summer. We got a little lazy about that. But yeah, bedtime early for kids. That was definitely a common thread. Everyone said that. Number 3 is reset the house in the evening. So this comes with cleaning, but also just like a reset. Like for some people, like my brother teases us because we vacuum every single night. Like we like clean our house like every night. And even if it's not that for everyone, there is a reset that can happen that is really healthy in every home. So I'm a firm believer in like, do whatever you can so that the next morning when you come downstairs, you're not like, oh, yesterday is still lingering here. There's so much that is thrown at us in the day that it is so valuable for us to just start with a clean slate. So like my husband is so good at cleaning and doing things. He's just doing things now. Do it now. He's taught me many things in this sense. But doing the dishes every night has been a really good habit for us to build, even though I don't particularly want to every night. He is always like, all right, let's do this. We can do it. Let's finish the dishes. And we put our boys down and then we go downstairs and our rhythm is just that like, sometimes we'll talk. Sometimes there's just music on or sometimes it's just quiet and it's like our decompress. It's like the equivalent of like maybe my drive home from my workplace where I don't have a drive home. Actually, neither does my husband. He works from home. But it's like our commute where we can just like decompress and then we'll like hang out on the couch or just talk then afterwards. Resetting your house in the evening. It's a big deal that yesterday is not haunting you physically in your space the next morning when you wake up. Getting outside every day. This is a big one. So every single person said something with getting outside every day. Some people said taking a solo morning walk. That was something I heard twice from friends. Vitamin D literally just through your eyelids from the morning sun is like proven like the best absorption of vitamin D, and it can like totally boost your energy levels and like keep your melatonin production normal. So like I know that this is a thing that many people do, but getting outside every single day, that's something for me that I'm like, it's necessary in the wintertime. Like my little guy and I, this past winter, I have struggled with seasonal depression for the last many winters, and it's probably gotten worse over time. Even though I have like a little one that's keeping me doing fun things, I still will get like seasonally just some level of depression in like January, February, March, somewhere in there. I struggle. This past year I didn't. I like took a ton of vitamin D. I was pregnant, so I know that there's like totally different hormones when you're pregnant, but I took a lot of vitamin D and we went outside every single day. That was a goal that we had. Like, we will go around the block, even if our snot is freezing, we will go around the block one time, we will bundle once, and we will do it. And that was really, really good. And that helped me to not also have seasonal depression. This past year was the first time I didn't have it in a really long time. So there was a lot of people that said getting outside every day, get that sunshine on your face or cloudy sunlight on your face. Just get outside and get some fresh air. And number 5, this was an interesting one because it's something that everyone said don't have. This was expressed in different ways when I asked different friends, but generally speaking, like not having the attitude of like I deserve, and kind of rejecting the mindset of entitlement on any given day, because our job is really just to like, we're serving our families, and you will be in a really nasty mental space. And this is definitely speaking from experience. Hello, preaching to the choir. I just wind up in a really not good mental space when it's like, oh, my kids are getting in the way of this, or like, I just really feel like I just deserve this quiet time today and it's just not happening. And we might not think it's like that abrupt, but there is a little bit of like an entitlement mindset. And I think that there's like, this is totally rabbit trail, but like that the world will encourage that, and we have to actually work pretty actively against it, is what I'm learning. Like, you have to be like, nope, I'm not complaining in this today. Like, my kids are a blessing, and it is my joy to serve, and the Son of Man came to serve and not to be served, and that this is just a privilege to be with my babies in the day and to get to do what I'm doing. So not having an attitude of entitlement. So the next things I'm just going to breeze through really quick, and this was just kind of like the rest of the list. These are some self-care things. Also, I'm laughing at how I'm holding my phone like this right now. It's like a book. It's like my little tablet. I just got a plus size, my husband would be ashamed, an iPhone 15 Plus, and I love, 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 love having a plus size phone. This is my first time in our marriage. I've not had the hand-me-down phone from him, so I was like, get me a plus size, that's really what I want. So this is really jazzing me, but I have not gotten a case yet, and so I do feel like I'm like carrying it like, be very careful. So anyway, I was just laughing at myself. It's total side note. Here's the other list of like self-care focused things. Getting dressed and ready every morning, exercising regularly, drinking electrolytes, I already mentioned that. Quiet time for everyone in the house on a daily basis. That's something we're trying to get in the rhythm of. Allowing yourself to take naps sometimes. Oh, naps are a beautiful thing. Stretching in the evenings. I could do for some more of that. Showering every day. So that kind of goes along with the get dressed, getting ready every day. Some people can do that in the morning. I definitely can't. Our mornings are too like, mama's needed in the morning because I just have a little guy. So I night shower every night, and that's really nice. Make your bed. And these are things that are, this next category of things is not self-focused, but like home-focused. Make your bed every day. Take a midday lunch break. Like, treat it like it's your job and take that lunch break. Not being on your phone very much and not being on social media during the daytime, like when you're with your kids. That was something that came up a few times. And a daily devotional with your husband. That's not something that we regularly do, but we've had seasons of like, we're downstairs reading the Bible together in the morning. Sometimes we'll get to pray together in the morning. This has looked different in different seasons for us too. But that is my list of things that I've gotten from other stay-at-home mamas that I totally look up to that are just healthy habits. And honestly, I think that this list, if you're not a stay-at-home mom and you're listening to this, you're probably like, oh yeah, so many of these things I do, or like I'm able to implement in my life too. And that's 100%. Like you can implement making your bed every day, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or not. I just specifically surveyed stay-at-home moms because I'm like, what are they doing in the day? And you know, we always have questions for our other stay-at-home mom coworkers of the world. So I hope that this list was helpful for you. I would love to hear if you're a stay-at-home mom or just a mom, add anything to this list, then I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I will catch you next time, keepers.